topic is about, it's part of money management, which is one of my favorite topic, because see, when somebody mess up in the money, in that particular area in their finance, actually their whole life gets messed up. So it's very important topic, and I'll be sharing some of the experiences from my own personal experience and also from books that I've read. And see, if somebody is here who is really looking to have a good savings in next couple of years, then this video is definitely for you. Okay, because when you have a good savings, your self-confidence increases, right? And I'm going to share you time tested principles which is inspired. I'm like inspired from the book Richest Man in the Babylon. Okay, it's a phenomenal book. I was going through audiobook recent times. I've read that book before, but this audiobook gave me a lot of insights. Okay, I'm going to share you a few good pointers that you can use it in your life, right? So the first point is, for every 100 rupees that you make, okay, you have to keep 10 rupees to yourself, which is something I didn't understand. Hey, 100 rupees I make is 100 rupees for me only, right? Actually no, right? There are like 20-30% taxes are going. It's fine. Rents are going, EMIs are cut, vegetables or your groceries are cut. So by the end of the month, if you really see, there is very minimum money left out. So for every 100 rupees that you make, 10 rupees you have to keep it aside for yourself. Okay, which is like, have a separate bank account and then just have this 10%, put it there and do not use for any purposes, right? It's kind of an emergency fund. Okay, and so have this kind of a mindset. First save and then spend. Okay, so what majority of us do, right? We live with, let's say, 100 rupees, right? In the month, and if you really see, right, the expenses are 110 or 120. Okay, so we have to live our life within that 90% of the income that we make. Okay, that is something, right? This is first point, very important, right? This 10% rule, keep that in mind. Second thing is budget your expenses, right? There are a lot of applications. I use a simple Excel sheet to budget myself. So you need to know how much money in a month is required for you to run your family. Okay, that is something. So create an expense sheet, calculate how much it is, where the money goes monthly, how you're spending it, right? First thing is that first avoid the credit cards. They are not at all good, not healthy for your financial background, and control your desires, right? So there's a great thing, online offers or some stores offer you don't even need, but you just go, and then because of that you're buying something. You need to control those desires, and just for a few years, so that later when you have a good savings, you can buy all that, right? That's point number 2, budget your expenses, right? Point number 3 is invest your money. So the 10% you are keeping it aside and then 10% you are investing and then watching it grow, multiply, right? They say compounding, right? So you have to invest 10%, not just keeping it in the bank 10%, right? Why? Because bank cannot beat the inflation, the interest rate, right? Cannot beat the inflations. So you need to have a separate investment strategies, that just the 10%, right? Just start with the 10%, later you can move on, right? That is third point, invest your money. Fourth is, do not involve in any short-term money gains, right? Some scheme, some high returns, some gambling, all that, right? Don't ever do that. Or maybe this playing rummy or some online games. No, don't do all that. And keep your investment going slow and steady. Okay, that is really. Now the next point is, own your house. Right? See, for every middle class person, having his or her own house is the biggest dream in their life, right? So the recommendation is buying a home than renting, right? May not be in the prime area, maybe a little bit outskirts. You can definitely buy your home, because that gives you a sense of accomplishment, that something that is for you, you own it. It is always, that feeling is something different, right? And make sure, and when you're buying a loan, make sure that EMI part, right, don't ever take beyond 30% of your income. 30 or maximum 40 you can consider it, but that is all because bank is going to make more money out of your income, right? Why do you do that? And do not do this, do not buy properties, do not buy assets to attract others, to showcase others, don't do all that, right? Why spend your money and time attracting somebody is intentions, right? Why? Not required, right? And this is something I read and I really liked it. A person who can rent a house is easily capable of owning the same house. Just think about it. Which means what? Let's say you are renting it a house for 15,000 rupees, then you are capable of paying an EMI which is equal to that 15,000 rupees, and then buy a similar property, the same house or something similar, which is so true. But what people do is, the mistake is, they let's say they're capable of paying 15,000 rupees, but they take a EMI or a loan for 40,000 rupees. That is when the life gets so complicated, and when there is any job challenge, it is very tough to manage. Yeah? So don't do that mistakes, right? Own your house. The next is insure for future income, right? So create some retirement plan. It can be national pension, NPS, or whatever that is your choice, and save for the future. Plan at the early age, because don't wait for the later, right? Because the earlier you start, you have a more chance to compound your money. Right? I felt that, hey, I should have learned all these financial tips by when I was in 20s. Right? I could have saved more money. So something important, right? Insure for your future income. The next is increase your earning ability. This is also important. See, you can have that 100 rupees and you keep saving around it. But the another way is also to increase the income so you can save more. Right? For that, what always upskill. Right? This is AI, ML, all these technologies are there. Learn, upskill, whatever area you are, upskill yourself. Learn the art of negotiations. Okay, this is really important, and ask for it. Right? Whenever there is some appraisals or the meetings, you ask for it. Right? And then have desire to earn more. If you don't, you are money minded. No, it's not money minded. You have a goal. You have that desire, right? That is something, right? See, the more you learn, okay, the more you earn. There's more possibilities. Okay, and few other things with that. Let's wrap up. See, get advice from people who are really experienced in that particular area. It's a common sense thing, but many don't do that. Right? They just go and talk to their friend about how to have a stock market investing. Right? But no, rather you need to ask a professional. So maybe it can be stock or gold investments or some business investments or some saving strategies. It can be anything. Okay, ask the experts. Experts will be very happy to guide and recommend you a few things. Okay, that is one. And then the income, the investments, right? Always make sure you do this SIP mode. Do not do any manual mode. Okay, always do this SIP mode, right? You will be shocked. Let's say you are starting the 10% of investments right now, okay, in the SIP mode. Then within 1 year, 2 years, you will have in lakhs of savings, and then you will feel so happy, man. You will walk tall. You will have that kind of a good attitude towards money and towards a society. Okay, so these are some important tips that I learned from the book, also from my personal experience. I would highly recommend, okay, go through this, practice this, and share your comments.